So for our evening practice tonight, we are going to actually start with a breathing technique. It is such a beautiful technique because it is a technique that really calms the nervous system. And because we are in winter and we are dealing with distractions and having too many things going on, we want to actually really help settle and bring stillness into the body, into the mind. So we are going to be doing what's called the humming breath. You might have heard about it. It's very, very good for the thyroid, for the thymus. Let me just make sure I go over everything. It's excellent for the brain. It's great for the thyroid, the thymus, and the parathyroid glands. And you want to do this humming breath 10 cycles. Now, you will actually hum on the inhale and the exhale, but if you cannot do that in the beginning, then you want to at least hum on your exhale. Now, the humming is like a bee, like a bumblebee humming, or a honeybee humming, okay? So we're going to do that. You're going to take the tip of your tongue and it's going to go to the roof of your mouth at the back. Okay, let me just make sure I explain this to you and then we're going to do it. So on your inhale, you want to actually constrict the throat, so the epiglottis, so that you can create a humming sound. We know how to do that because it's just humming. That is constriction. That is creating the constriction of the epiglottis, doing that. On your exhale, the sound is long and low, lower tone. Okay, now when you inhale, it might be a slightly higher pitch. That's okay. That's okay. If you cannot do it on the inhale, you're just going to take the inhale and do the humming on the exhale. No problem. All right. Now, what you'll do is you will be breathing into the belly, deep breath, and then you will do the humming on the exhale to start, and then see if you could do it on your inhale. And then your tip of your tongue is lightly at the edge of the soft palate near the back of the roof of your mouth. So it's the soft palate at the back of the roof of your mouth. Okay. You want to be really careful that you are not creating any tension in your jaw and with your teeth. So relax your whole mouth and your palate. Okay. And we're remembering that this is going to be improving and helping the nervous system. It's also great for your voice and it vibrates the nervous system. It is a form of sound therapy. Ah, so lovely. Okay, so we're going to get started. Tip of the tongue, soft palate, the back of the roof of the mouth. You're going to take your inhale deep from the belly. And then hum. And then inhale. And hum. And keep doing that. Inhale. And hum. Now see if you could do the inhale with a hum as well. Two more. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And then relax. Okay, that's kind of hard to do the humming on the inhale, so practice that. Okay, let's get started with our practice. We're coming to the mat, laying down on our back, starting out in bridge pose. And we're doing that because we are going to actually help set up Jalandhara Bandha right here in the throat. So let's get doing that. Okay, so laying on the ground, we're going to go right into bridge. And when you're in bridge, you're basically setting up what's called Jalahara Bandha here in the throat. Make sure you line up your legs, and they're going to be lined up with the front of the hip bone. So you're not letting your knees splay out. Activate your feet. Good. And then press, draw both knees in, and then release again. Press up. And then lower, draw both knees in. Now we're going to end up doing an alternating knee thing. So press back up again. You're going to take the hands behind your head. Fingertips are just here. So it's almost like we're going to be going into a crunch. You're going to drop down and you're going to lift up and up. Press back up into bridge. Then release down, fingertips at the back of the head, and lift the right knee, lift the left knee. Good. And back into bridge. And lower, fingertips at the head, and lift the knee. Good. 2 more sets. Pressing up. Activate those feet. You're activating the whole back body. Lower and lift and lift. Good. Up again. And lower and lift and lift. Good. Up, bridge. And this is our last one. And lower and lift. Good. And lift. Good. Now from here, we're going to lift back up into bridge. Pause here. Interlace your fingers and hold. Right leg is going to reach straight up. Reach. So you're activating the right foot up in the air. Left foot activates into the ground. Good. Lower. Now, as you lower, you're going to take the right foot, draw it in, pull it right into that armpit on the right side, and then extend your left leg out. Now, you can either do this with an extended leg, or you can just keep it bent. You're going to go right out to the right side, or you take 2 fingers around the big toe, take it out to the right, extend your left arm out, and then start extending that leg. Then bring it back in and take it across the body, grabbing the baby toe side of the foot, or you can keep the knee bent. Right arm extends and go across the body, or extend the leg. Nice. Bring it in. And now that left leg comes up, and you're going to interlace your fingers at the hamstring on the left leg. So you're wanting to make sure that you're placing that right foot on the knee between the heel and the ankle right there, and lift. Now, if you want, if you're a little more flexible, you can grab right below the kneecap, but your head needs to stay on the ground. Good. And then release. Find your heels. Press right back up into bridge. Hold it. Interlace your fingers underneath. Hold. And now your left leg comes up, activated. right foot activates into the ground and we're holding. Then release and lowering, taking that left knee right into the armpit. You're going to grab either the below the ankle or baby toe side of the foot and then extend your right leg. Good. So the knee goes towards the armpit. Great. And we're going to open up to the left side. So you can either just keep it as a bent knee, extend your right arm out, or you grab the big toe and straighten out that leg as much as you can. And then releasing and going across the body. And you're doing the same thing. Left arm extends. You could stay bent or extend. Then releasing from there. And that leg, then the foot, left foot between the ankle and the heel goes on top of the right knee, interlacing your fingers at the hamstring. Or if you're a little more flexible, below the kneecap at the shin. You don't want to go down too far on the shin because then you're not going to get much of a stretch. So you want to keep the hands closer to that kneecap. Nice. Looks good, you guys. Oh, I can't see Tina though, but that's okay. Excellent. Great. And then from there, we take our legs straight up. Okay, now we are going to be lowering the legs. This is going to require abdominal strength. So you're going to lower, maintain the strength here, lower, arms then lift, and just your shoulder blades come off of the ground. Lower, lower, lower. Now, if it becomes too much, drop the left leg, just do one leg, but then you need to extend both and then switch to the other side. But I really want you to do both and see if you could just hover above the ground. Soften your face. Draw both knees in. You're going to take them into the armpit, grabbing either below the ankle or baby toe side of the foot. Press the sacrum into the ground. Rock side to side. Good. And then hold. Keep drawing the knees down. Press back up. Lift the upper body up, just your shoulder blades, lower and hold. Modify if you need to, one leg at a time. See if you can go a little lower. And then drawing the knees in. Good. Legs lift up, arms above the head. We're going to come up all the way onto your feet. So you're going to lower and lift all the way up into a forward fold. Nice. Then step back into down dog. Draw your navel in. Right leg then steps forward. Drop the back knee and release. Good. Then curl your toes under behind you. You're going to lift up, drop your back heel, and go into a forward fold. Split leg forward fold. Step back down dog. Then the left leg then steps forward. Drop your back knee. Hold. Then curl your toes under on that back leg. Pull the foot in. Drop your heel. Straighten the leg. And again, split leg forward fold. Now, if you're not as flexible, you can't bring your hands to the ground, you can bring your hands either up here on the leg, or you can use a couple of blocks on either side, or even one block. And then from there, step back, down dog. Drop down onto your knees, and we're going to shift forward. Now we're holding, and then we're going to lower and lift 5 times. So slowly lower, push back up. Slowly lower, push back up. Slowly lower, push back up. 2 more. Slowly lift. Slow. Lift. Good. Press back, down dog. Right leg steps forward, going into warrior 1. Reach up. So remember, when we're really trying to help stabilize Vata, you have to do all those standing postures that create stability. But for Kapha, it's a little bit different. You want to build a little bit of heat. We want to stimulate. So it's a good, strong practice for both of them. But we have to make sure we end our practice calming everything down, creating stability and strength in the body. For Vata, and then for Kapha, we have to have a strong practice so it stimulates Kapha. Then we straighten the leg, and once again, go into a forward fold, slide down that leg, and hold. Or you can use your blocks. Drop your head. Step back, down dog. Then that left leg steps forward, warrior 1. And we lift. Then straightening the leg and release right over that leg. And again, you just slide down that leg, and you can use blocks. Okay. Relax your head. And then step back, down dog. Great. We're going to shift forward plank. You can modify to the knees, otherwise lower all the way down. Flatten out your feet. Then roll your shoulders back, press your elbows in, slowly lift. Cobra. And then press back, down dog. Right leg steps forward, warrior one again. And reach. We are going to be adding a balancing posture here, going into warrior three. So make sure you're strong and stable, and then release. Hands to your hips, then lift up on the toes, slowly lift. Now, if you're finding that you don't feel very balanced today, then keep your foot down on the ground. And then reach. And then from there, your hands are going to go to the ground. Good. And then we lower. Walk your hands right next to that right foot for your forward fold. Use a block if you need to, or two. It's fine. Step back, down dog. Shift forward plank. Modify to your knees if you need to, otherwise lower. Hold it here. Flatten out your feet. Roll your shoulders back. Press your elbows in. Slowly lift. Cobra. Take it back, down dog. Then that left leg steps forward. Warrior one. And we reach. Once again. Big and open. Nice. Open up the chest. Look up. Reach, extend, really stretch out your fascial tissue. Then we are going into that balancing warrior. Hands to your hips or your waist. And then lower. Then lift up on the toe. From there, lift your back leg up. Nice and steady. Then you can add arms. Now, if you're not feeling stable, keep your hands here at the waist, or you can take your foot back to the ground. Otherwise, you are extending through the leg. That leg that's in the air is strong. The standing leg is strong. Lift up higher. Good. Then hands to the ground. We lift. Draw your head down. Then walk your hands into the foot. Lower your back leg and hold that forward fold. Good. And then from there, step back, down dog. Good. Then you're going to drop down onto your knees. And we're going to take the legs to the right side. So you have the right foot in the arch of the left foot. Lift up and then rotate to the left. Then release out of that. The top leg then comes over. Now you might have to put a blanket underneath you, but both sit bones go down. And then we lift up tall and rotate to the right. Good. Then your bottom leg extends straight out and you stack the knees and lower. Then from there, hands are going to go behind you. You're going to release the legs. They come up for Navasana. And then we extend. See if you can take your arms out. You can grab underneath the knees as well. And then extend. Lift your chest. So if you can't lift your chest, if you're doing this, then I want you to modify. Bring your feet down. Lift your chest. Take your shoulders down and squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you're doing that and that's no problem, then you lift your legs. See how that feels. Then see if you can release your arms. If you're able to do that, lift even higher. Lift your chest, shoulder blades squeezing together, and then extend. Good. Then we take our legs now to the left. Left foot is in the arch of the bottom foot and rotate. I think I said the wrong thing on the other side. Sorry, you guys. It happens. You're rotating to the right. And then top leg goes up and over. Get both sit bones down. And then rotate to the left. Keep lifting your chest. Okay, and then from there, extend the leg and stack and lower. Good. From here, we release, extend both legs. Now, this time we're going to bring our feet in and do tabletop. Looking down the midline of the body. See if you can extend one leg. Keep the back body lifting, activated. Switch to the other leg. Keep lifting. And if you're super strong today, you can do both legs. Lift. If that doesn't work for you, stay in tabletop, but keep lifting the butt up. Good. Then we lower. You're going to lift up over the feet, back into your forward fold. Step back, down dog. Right leg then steps forward. We're going to go into warrior two, nice and strong, stable. Keep the torso lifted up on top of the pelvis. So in other words, you're not leaning forward. Good. Right hand's going to reach. You're going to turn your right foot in. Both feet are parallel. That right hand then goes across the body to the left foot. Now you might need a block. Grab it. And then lift. Now keep your sacrum level. So in other words, you're not letting it shift. Keep it level and then rotate through the torso. Now, if you're more flexible, you can take your hand to the foot. Then lift that hand up. Turn your heel in so that you line it up with the arch of the back foot. And now we lower into Trikonasana. So you can modify here with the hand on the shin, or you can go hand on the block or to the floor. Swing the arm around and step back, down dog. Shift forward, plank and lower. Lift cobra. Press back, down dog. Hold. Take a few breaths. Nice, you guys. Great. Then the left leg steps forward. Warrior two. Nice and strong. And then lifting up, reached, turning that left foot in, feet are parallel. Now that left hand reaches across the body, either to the foot or a block. Keep the sacrum level. In other words, you keep it shifted over to the left. And then you rotate through the torso. Reach. And then slowly reaching up. Turning that left foot so the heel lines up with the arch of the back leg. And then we take it right into Trikonasana. And of course, you can use a block. It goes on the baby toe side of the foot, or your hand could be on the ground. Swing the arm around and step back, down dog. Shift forward, plank and lower. Lift up, cobra. Press back, down dog. Hold. Now, if you need to take child's pose, you can. Otherwise, keep it in down dog. Nice. Oh boy. Good. Then we're going to look up at our hands and step our feet in. Forward fold. You're taking the bottom of your hand underneath the bottom of your feet. So we've done this before. The hand at the wrist goes all the way to the toes. Okay, so the toes literally touch that crease in the wrist. Okay, and hold. This is so good for you. Pull your head in. Great for the forearm, great for the hand. Press your feet into the hands. It's going to stretch all that fascial tissue in the hands and the forearms, and it really will get the shoulders and the upper back. Very good. And then we release out of that. From there, we're going to sit. And right leg goes either here on the inside of the foot or around, and then we rotate. And then release and do the other leg. And one last forward fold. Inhale up and down. And then releasing onto our back. Taking it into a bridge. Releasing the pelvis. Neutralizing. Then lowering the pelvis. Draw your knees in. And if you need to go in a circle, you could do that. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. Corpse pose. Now you want to get warm and cover your eyes. So cover yourself up with a blanket or put your sweatshirt back on. Cover your eyes. And then relax. Shavasana, corpse pose. It is where we go into total stillness and silence. Completely relaxing, settling into the ground. All right, and begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into your fingers and toes, and then gently roll to your right side. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position, connecting your hands and your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Soften your face. Soften your eyes. Soften your mouth. Soften your tongue and your jaw. Allow your head to rest right on top of the neck, balanced. Begin to breathe in a sense of peace and contentment. Imagine that you can literally breathe it in with every inhale. Each breath calming, settling. May you spend the rest of the evening feeling this peace, feeling content, and allowing yourself to move into a peaceful sleep and waking in the morning refreshed. Namaste.